It sucks and I hate it. And I have dreamt of different ways that we could just basically say, like, I don't want to have to constantly badger you about this. You're an adult. You've been shopping with us for 10 years. You know what the deal is. We're open 7 days a week. We've told you a number of times over the past 5 years that if you need an invoice, we are happy to send you one. The books just need to be paid for.
In the Midwest, you know the best is there waiting, so come and join the conversation. Eisner approved, fan and artist and creator too. This is how the challengers do. What? Keep the conversation moving along. Keep reading comics, keep your local store strong. If it's hard, then it's a job for the challengers. What? Comics and conversation, y'all.
From Challengers Comics and Conversation in Chicago, this is Contest of Challengers, a comics industry business podcast with
Patrick Brower.
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 Patrick Brower and W. Dal Bush.
W. Dal Bush.
Dal Bush.
Dal Bush.
Dal.
Dal. Dal.
Dal.
W. Dal Bush.
Well, first and foremost this week, I want to thank everyone who donated to or bought a cookbook for my family's Alzheimer's fundraising event that culminated in the Alzheimer's 5K out at North Central College over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate every donation. We wound up being, I think, I can't remember now, 6th or 8th highest. I think it was 6th highest team, and I was the 8th highest donor.
Congrats.
That's not my congratulations. That's everyone that did that for me.
That's who I was congratulating.
Oh,
why are you taking credit for it, Patrick? Jesus.
You were looking at me.
I was looking in your direction because we're recording a podcast together, but obviously it's directed towards everyone who's listening.
Everyone knows we don't look at each other when we record normally.
Usually just to give each other blank or hurtful looks. Like this.
Wow.
Which one was I doing?
That was so very blankly hurtful.
Know.
My goodness.
I'm glad to hear that the walk was as painful, but not as deadly as the movie The Long Walk.
I think there was, I don't know this for sure. I haven't seen final stats.
Mm-hmm.
I think the casualty rate for the Alzheimer's one was lower slightly.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was difficult, but it was done. Mm-hmm. It got done. And again, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
The Fran's Kitchen cookbook is still on sale at Challengers and will be for a while. We made a lot of them.
Yeah.
The second printing had a lot of them.
Certainly there's plenty to go around, and with the holidays coming up, A, it makes a good gift, and B, if you're planning on cooking for people, maybe you can make some of Patrick's mom's signature dishes.
Sure. And get a little glimpse into my life growing up, because you have such a glimpse into my life as an adult.
Yes.
Again, thank you very much, everyone. That was great.
Thanks, folks.
Also, surprisingly, but it shouldn't be that surprisingly, we had absolutely no blowback from last week's podcast.
Neat.
In fact, we had almost no comments whatsoever.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We got to. So, yeah, it was a thing that we were honestly a little concerned about after it was recorded.
Uh-huh.
Dal's like, hey, can you listen back to it? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's extra work. Yeah, I mean, it was there was an atmosphere we recorded it in, and then there was an atmosphere that we released it in, and those were two very different atmospheres.
Very different things.
So there was a bit of a concern as to how it would be received, and I'm glad to know that it did not engender any specific ill will from people.
So thanks everybody for being cool.
Thanks
and
again.
Thanks everybody for
listening.
We're done. For enjoying Batman Day, which we hope you will have done by the time you hear this. It's still 2 day and a half away for us. So all the setup has to be done.
2 days from now it'll be over.
Oh man, can't wait.
Yeah, look at that.
It's going to be a long day.
For sure.
It's going to be a long weekend. It's going to be a long rest of the month. It's going to be a long till middle of October.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be long until December 25th.
Yeah, it's going to be a long rest of the year. Although there's going to be a period in there where it's going to be extremely long, but extremely boring.
Sure.
For one of us.
Sure.
But anyway, Batman Day, yes.
Yeah.
So we are ready for it. And I was able to be back on WGN's Spotlight Chicago, promoting it again this year. And last year was my first year doing it. This year was, I kind of expected more of the same, but it was different.
Okay.
But I will talk more about my experiences in a moment. And if I am able to do this properly, And I'm pretty sure I don't have the rights to do this, but here's how it went.
This weekend, honor one of the most iconic superheroes with some of the greatest moments in comic book history. Do you know who we're talking about?
I think I do.
It's Batman.
Saturday is National Batman Day, and Challengers Comics is celebrating with free comics, special deals, and cosplay. Patrick Brower joins us with more. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back.
Are you embarrassed by us, Patrick?
Not at all. I love
Please
it.
stop. All right, so you guys have a lot going on for Batman Day.
This is an incredible time for Batman. It's his 86th anniversary. He's teaming up with Deadpool and Marvel Comics. He's got a brand new #1, only his 4th new volume since he debuted. And Batman Day is this Saturday. It's an international event. It's going to be happening all over the world, but in Chicago, we're doing it at Challengers Comics Conversation. We've got local artists, Alex Rosado, Alero Art, and Mike Petrick doing free sketches for kids, Batman stuff all day, showing off all of their work. And we've got a ton of free comic books that DC Comics has put out for this event. And we're going to be selling a bunch of Batman stuff.
Wow. Man, Patrick, you just gave it all to us. You laid it all out there.
It's all laid out right
oh
here.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so wait.
crazy.
I'm still not over Deadpool and Batman know each other?
They meet each other.
Okay.
They definitely meet each other.
All right.
This starting tomorrow.
This is Deadpool and Batman together. Guys, this is blowing my mind right now. That's
this is the
crazy.
first Marvel DC intercompany crossovers in 21 years.
Wow.
And this one is called Deadpool Batman. It's out this week. And then in November, there's another one called Batman Deadpool.
Well, isn't DC and Marvel like mortal enemies? Like either you're a DC fan or a Marvel fan?
There's enough comics for everybody. You don't have to go company line.
Fine.
There are people that do it that way. You're not wrong. But just imagine how big that is when they team up. Like, what if the White Sox and the Cubs were one team?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's everything I've ever dreamed of. Okay, so what out of all of the stuff that you brought here today, like some of that stuff is probably pretty expensive, right?
Nothing that is on this table, but
He's
we've
like,
got
I didn't
some.
bring that stuff.
But this is a replica of the very first appearance of Batman in Detective Comics #27 from September 1939.
1939.
Yeah.
Can I hold it for the
Wow.
camera?
You can.
Okay.
That 1939,
Crazy.
baby.
This is a replica of Batman #1, which came out shortly after that.
A sleeve or something? Shouldn't my like
they're
nasty
new.
fingers not be on it?
If they were real, they'd be in a vault.
Okay.
But to show you how times have changed, this is Batman #1 that just came out last week.
This one, okay.
And it is just his 4th volume #1 since he debuted.
What is it about Batman you think that has, I mean, we're talking almost 90 years.
Yeah, I mean, he's iconic. He doesn't have superpowers. Sure, he's rich.
Oh, he's got a lot of
But
gadgets. I
he
mean,
does.
being a billionaire is a superpower, personally, I think.
But there's also a brand new iteration of Batman called Absolute Batman. And this version, it's a whole new universe. And this version didn't grow up a billionaire. His parents weren't murdered. He's a blue-collar Batman whose best friends are all the people that we know of as his villains. Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin, Edward Nygma, the Riddler. He grew up with these people as his best friends. His mom raised him. And this is a whole new take. Like, what if Batman wasn't a billionaire and all these gadgets?
But this is alternate universe Batman.
Yes, this is the absolute universe Batman.
Are the Batman purists like, don't change the story, or are they welcoming of Absolute?
This is a massive hit.
They
love it.
Wow.
Yeah, he's insane. This is an incredibly popular book.
There's just so many storylines, and then there's this absolute universe, which is like an alternate universe. There's a lot to catch up on.
Sure.
I mean, what about for somebody that's been out of the loop for a while, like Sarah and myself?
So one of the best things that DC
You
has
just
done
go
recently.
like this, and you're back. You're back.
Perfect. You're back.
Yeah. Hey! Nicely done.
DC has a line of what they call compact comics, which these are very affordable $10 collections of self-contained stories made for the traveler, made for to pick up at an airport, bookstore, or Challengers. And then you get a complete story, and you feel like you've never left off. And it's all different stories from throughout his history, not just current stuff.
Well, we can't. They're telling me to rap, but you know what? I can't rap before I shoot this thing.
You
Red button
What
on
do
the
I
top.
do? What do I do with this?
Push the red button.
The red button at
But
the
don't
top.
aim it at
Okay,
us.
Ready? Okay, ready?
He said, don't aim it at us. I'll save you.
Wait, what happened? I can't. Wait, what happened? Oh, there you go. Yes. And I'm going to arrest you as well.
That literally can't superhero.
Okay, come here. I'm arresting you, Batman.
Sorry, Batman. You're a
Sorry.
vigilante. You're out.
Taking you down to the precinct. ready to go to the clinker.
Patrick said, I brought a cape. Do you want to wear it? I'm like, yes,
There you
yes,
go.
I do.
There
He's
you
never
go.
going to bring it back. Patrick, thank you so much for being
It is my pleasure. Thank you.
Batman Day is this Saturday, September 20th at Challengers Comics and Conversation. For more information, head to challengerscomics.com. You can also find them on the socials.
So when I am allowed to do things like this, I have a specific rule that I always try to keep in mind about any guest appearance on any show.
Don't divulge the hero's secret identity in case their villains are watching, which is a good rule because you know a lot of heroes' secret identities.
Yeah.
And who knows if their villains are watching. So you can't just say Batman is Bruce Wayne.
You just said,
Well, they don't listen to podcasts. Well, the Riddler probably does. But he already knows Batman's secret identity, so who cares?
weirdly, I think the Riddler only listens to the podcast that they record on the show Only Murders in the Building, but he doesn't watch that show.
Oh, okay. Probably the best way to enjoy that cast. What is your rule for doing TV appearances supporting the store?
It's not your show. It's
Sure.
their show.
Yeah.
Put the hosts over.
Yeah, it's not about putting yourself over.
No. It's about
it's about making sure that their show is good because that's when they ask you back.
right. It's about getting the information out, but letting them get it out of you.
Yeah.
And
You let them steer.
I didn't, but knowing how, when I say they, I don't mean the specific to Spotlight Chicago hosts.
Yeah.
I mean
The host.
anybody. Anytime you have like bullet points or an itinerary or an agreed upon structure for an interview, it's never that.
No.
It's never formatted the way that you were told is going to be formatted.
Gotta be
So
loose.
this time, the first, as people just heard, as soon as I got to talk, I'm like, here's everything I need to tell you for Batman Day. Then is, let's have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the hosts even said, wow, you just kind of gave us everything right there. But that made them ask different questions. And what was so great about their questions, and I don't know if this is because that's how good of interviewers they are or how prepared I was.
I think a little of both because they talk to a lot of different kinds of people.
Yeah,
So you have
for
to,
sure.
you can't just be like, you weren't on like the sports show where they only talk about sports. This is like a lot of general interest stuff. So they have to talk to a lot of different people from a lot of different industries, a lot of different perspectives. So they have to be a little bit more general with how they do things.
But fortunately, everything they asked, I had a book there to represent the answer.
Very cool.
And it was specifically the things I wanted to hit on. I wanted to hit on the things.
It was surprising to me listening back to it, and I don't think you included this clip. I wasn't really listening when you just played it now. That they had asked if there was a comic book where you could see Batman's dick, and you were like, "Yes, Batman Damned. This is the one. It's cold in the Batcave. You can see his actual penis."
And unfortunately, that was the only thing they wanted to talk about for the rest of the interview.
Obviously,
Sure. Unimpressed. And also, they kept referring to it as the Batarang.
yeah. I would have said Batpole. Oh, whatever.
That's fine. Wow, we're stopping right there. But the things I wanted to emphasize were the new Batman #1, Absolute Batman, obviously Deadpool Batman, and Compact Comics.
Good idea.
And I got all of those out.
Those are 4 good ones.
That was my pitch to be on the show. It's like, hey, I know he did this last year, and it was his 85th anniversary. Now it's his 86th, but there's so much happening in the Bat world right now to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Seemingly
So-
every year there's something important to talk about for Batman once you start to hit late summer, early fall. This time last year it was the Absolute books just about to launch.
Which is, I mean, I used that again this year
Yeah.
as well, because it's still new, it's still fresh. Still
No, but
exciting.
that's the thing. Like last year was the Absolute books about to launch. This year it's that the Absolute line has grown and that there's new characters being introduced, that there's collections out. Theoretically, you can't find them in stores, but I'm told they exist. And then, yeah, the Matt Fraction Batman.
Yeah, so we are actually hampered in the celebration of Batman Day, specifically by DC Comics,
Mhm.
for 2 very distinct reasons. One, the Absolute Batman Collection Volume 1 is unavailable.
True.
We do not have it in the store.
From either of our main DC vendors.
Yeah. So, and from DC directly.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're out of it, so Penguin and Lunar are out of it.
Right.
So we could have moved so many of those for
Yeah.
Batman Day, and we can't.
I had never thought that a book as important as Absolute Batman, the first collection, The Zoo, would be something that would be in short supply. I just thought like never for a second did I think the softcover, the hardcover, I assumed that would sell out at some point. They probably weren't going to make a ton of that. But the trade paperback,
Ton of bat.
I didn't even think that we would need to order months worth of it because it has always been a thing where it's like, no, you can get that back in. Like, yeah, a year from now, maybe not.
This isn't a Dark Horse hardcover.
Yeah, or this isn't like something that they just suddenly announced, oh, we're doing an Absolute Batman movie. That's why that stuff usually dries up. A basic collection of an ongoing DC series is never a thing that I would have thought would be immediately unavailable and then for a while. Like, I never would have expected that. And now we were already talking about it with things like the Absolute Martian Manhunter collection, where it's like, is this going to dry up like the other three did? How many do we need to order for this? Because this is going to be popular and people are going to want to read it.
And also, when we can get Absolute Batman back in stock, what do we reorder?
Right.
Stupid numbers? Probably.
Probably not right away because we're going to be getting restocks from multiple vendors that we have to back order with.
I mean, we hope we are.
They'll get it at some point. We can't reorder anymore until it's back in stock. And when it's back in stock,
cancel it and solicit as a new item code. Or
they don't usually do that for DC stuff. Marvel will frequently not go back to press so much as they will issue a new SKU, which has no sales history or back order history attached to it. So when they sell out of, an Epic collection or whatever, it's $5 more and it's got a whole new ISBN to it.
And the other way we're being hindered is that they do not want us to be giving out the Batman Gotham Universe sampler book for Batman Day, which we ordered high on, which features specifically the Matt Fraction Batman #1 that you mentioned.
Yep.
And a glimpse into every other Bat book on the market.
All the ongoing Bat books, including the one they just canceled.
Yes. So, of course, Red Hood is the co-book on the cover. And there's like 4 pages inside. But nope, you can't give it out.
Nope.
So that is a significant portion of the free books we had to give out that are just now not being given out.
Yep.
And we did choose as a store to still sell Red Hood.
Right.
But this one we're going to acquiesce to their wishes and not give out.
Yeah, and I mean, some of that is just because I feel like, and we could be totally wrong on this, but I would rather err on the side of not making Batman Day more difficult for us or for people attending it. There's probably a number of people that are looking to get the Batman Gotham sampler specifically to flip it. And I do not want to participate in that. And I don't want people showing up who are going to be grabbing as many copies as they can of that because it's a free book that is worth more than $3. So yeah, we just decided to save ourselves the headache and not give out the recalled free comic.
So we have less free comics. So we have Absolute Batman #1. We have the Batman and Robin issue, and then Batman Year 2.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's something, but...
Yeah, and we'll have some older free comics to give out once the new ones run out, but it's not ideal. And it's certainly like, I would like to promote some of the ongoing DC Batman comics that are on the shelves right now.
Yeah.
Not... The counterpoint to that, though, is that I think the argument we could easily make off of multiple years of Free Comic Book Day is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the free book is. The odds of people turning into like long-term fans because of this, they'll get a free comic and they'll read it and they'll maybe enjoy it. But unless the next ones are free, they're probably not going to get any more.
And traditionally, the one that we're not giving out is the least receptive of all the free books given away because it's just preview pages of existing books. It's not a full book.
Yeah, it's interior pages that are not one coherent story.
Yeah, it's the start of the story.
Yeah, nor are they necessarily promoting an upcoming thing. It's more just like, oh, hey, there's these pages from Detective Comics. I guess I'll check out Detective Comics, theoretically. But again, nobody really does. The number of free comics we've given out on Free Comic Book Day directly promoting imminent new comics that then do not necessarily move the needle on those new comics is a very, very high percentage. Like nearly 100%.
This is not the topic we're talking about, but I do remember when a publisher like Oni was deliberately doing the first issue of the series for free.
Yep.
And then like, oh, you start buying it with #2.
Right.
And it worked with Six Gun, so they went back to the well with Bad Medicine.
Yep.
And it did not work for that.
No. And yeah, I think how we look at free comics for events like Batman Day or Free Comic Book Day is just somebody wants something that they feel like they got as a gift, as a little fun thing for the event. So it doesn't even matter what the book is. Because a lot of people that are showing up don't regularly buy comics. So it's not like, oh, I already have this one. And also because they don't really care what it is. They care that it's free, and they were given it for free. So they'll enjoy it. And again, they'll probably read it and they'll probably like it, but there is no version of this where they're going to read it and go, oh my God, I have to go back to the store and get the next one.
We can dream though, Dow. We can dream.
No, and really it's just like for Comic Book Day, it's a great way to get people into the store to hopefully spend some money and discover what we have to offer, and really just keep us as something they're familiar with, so that when something else happens, they're able to think of Challengers as a place where they would want to go, either just, to hang out for a day, or to go get some graphic novels, or, somebody needs a gift, or all these other things. Like, it puts us on the map for them. Weirdly, the thing that seems like it's the most helpful for creating return customers isn't free books. It's a $7 Deadpool Batman comic book.
Sure.
Which brought a ton of people in on Wednesday that I had not seen before.
Yay.
Who were mostly buying multiple copies of Deadpool Batman. They wanted different covers. We put into almost everyone's hands a little flyer with a QR code that allowed them to pre-order Batman Deadpool, the DC crossover that's going to be coming out in November. And we saw immediately that day, thanks to Manage Comics and how easy it is for people to use it, that people were scanning that QR code, going to the order page, adding copies of the book.
Conversely, it was a little, I'm just going to say disheartening, to keep it light, the number of longtime club members who, morning of, were like, oh, hey, can you pull me a Deadpool Batman?
This is the first time hearing of it.
I didn't know it was a thing.
One of the most heavily promoted comics of the year over the last few months.
You found out about it by responding to an email that we sent.
Yeah.
When that is easily the 5th time it was in an email.
For sure. So it initially would have been in the monthly catalog email.
Yeah, and it would have been the highlighted book.
Right.
The first thing.
It also would have been on the FOC week.
Yeah.
The week it was available for order. It would have been likely in, God, I don't know, maybe that would have been the 3rd one? Maybe.
Well, whatever.
But in multiple emails, you did social media posts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We had, it's up on an 11 by 17 at the store for the month that it was available for pre-order.
Yes.
We had an 8.5 by 11 on the front counter for the last several weeks,
with
saying it was coming out.
Yeah.
Again, and that's not even counting the monthly Marvel catalog, where it was like the cover image thing. The ads that are probably in multiple comics from Marvel.
Oh, yeah,
saying,
those catalogs were on our shelves for about a month.
Hey, there's a Deadpool Batman comic coming out. Like, so many ways, both digital and physical, that we tried to get the word out. And then inevitably, there's someone like the day of release being like, hey, I didn't know this was coming out. Can I get a copy? Like, God, what do you have to do?
Now, you know what? Like, there was another, it wasn't just, I'm not singling out everybody. Because there was one person who's more of a new club member.
Sure.
That also asked for a day of. There were several people that asked for the days leading up to it, like the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to do for Batman Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who asks last minute, just say no.
See, I don't know that I want to do that. I know why you're saying that. I
just want to say, like, hey, we promoted it very heavily. It's in our window right now.
I mean, the thing I had done for Deadpool Batman was, we will not take pre-orders for any of the variant covers after the orders close.
Yeah.
The main cover, we ordered a lot of the main cover. I am okay taking subscriber and non-subscriber orders for it in the few days leading up to it. I hate doing it the day of. That super sucks. That just feels like I don't know how to help you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing
also,
differently.
it was probably do you think it was the busiest Wednesday of this year?
Maybe.
So having to stop and do that as well.
It wasn't great. So yeah, I don't like it, but I would probably continue the same offer we would have for Batman Deadpool, where it's, if you find out about it after the order's closed, you are allowed to ask us to set aside a copy of the main cover, but we will not take orders for any of the variants after the order's closed. If you want the variants, you need to pre-order them. Otherwise,
what if we do?
You roll the dice and you pick them up off the shelf. I did not think we were going to sell out of any of the covers day of release, and we sold out of multiple variant covers day of release.
Yeah, and what was the first one we sold out of? one of your least favorites.
Oh, the Russell Dauterman Infinity Gauntlet cover. I thought that was like such a lame. I love him as an artist, and I think there's so many covers he's done that are iconic to me. And that was one where I'm just like, man, it's just Infinity Gauntlet parody. Like I've seen that a million times.
Yeah.
So many people wanted it. Sold so fast. Don't get it. And that's one of the reasons why I always hate ordering variant covers, because there's things that I'll look at and be like, oh, this is the best one. And then multiple people are like, no, this other one instead.
The number of times you said, I can't believe you're not getting the Jeff Crypto cover yesterday.
Yeah. I was always happy when people did. I thought that was not necessarily the most iconic cover for that story, because it doesn't have Deadpool or Batman on it. But it was still like, this is a very cool cover. This is the one I would, if I owned it, this was the one I would want to own.
And that story actually happens in the book, unlike a lot of the covers.
Yeah.
I think what we should do for Batman Deadpool is do a separate FOC email just for that book, for that one book.
Okay.
And I'll even do it. Like Molly can put it in the regular email as well, but I'll do a separate like, hey, this is it. This is it. Don't forget it.
Should we do that one like Saturday or Sunday?
Earlier, yeah. Maybe even the week before.
Oh, I meant like after Molly's email on Friday. Like doing it like closer to the actual FOC date. Yeah. It's up to you. I mean, if you're the one doing it, I don't know what would be better or worse. Thinking out loud, I think they say.
We'll figure it out.
Sure.
We'll definitely figure it out.
You definitely will.
I'm curious as to what to expect for that one.
I think the orders are higher for it.
Yeah.
Because again, there's a lot of people that were picking up Deadpool Batman off the shelf that are now signed up for Batman Deadpool.
What can the story be, though? Because the characters have already met now.
I don't know. It's Grant Morrison and Dan Morris, so it's definitely going to be a story.
I think it'll be more than just one story. I think it'll be some backups as well.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's been selling as we'd hoped.
Yeah.
I also thought, and we'll see if this bears out, that we don't have enough.
We'll see.
I also did not, because I wasn't there to stock the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize there were a box and a half of restock.
Oh yeah.
So when I saw the shelves, I'm like, oh, that's it?
No.
That is definitely not it.
That is not it.
Yeah. That part I did not realize.
Yeah, I certainly, if we didn't have like 17 absolute reprints coming out, I probably would have put more copies of Deadpool Batman on the shelf. But we had 17 different absolute reprints. So no, that's where those spaces went.
I can't imagine how the shelves are going to be, the absolute shelves are going to be after.
Not all that stuff is going to go on the shelves. Some of them are going to go in the boxes in the back.
Yeah.
They're going to have to.
I don't even know where the Batman stuff is. Like, we only need a couple of spaces for the for sale Batman Day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But those are pretty full shelves.
Oh, well, not really, because I mean, we've probably sold more than like 4 or 5 of the Deadpool variants that had their own individual spots. So you'll get that space back pretty fast. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And again, it's just 2 books. It's Absolute Batman #1 foil cover. I think it's a Batman Year 1 #1 homage, I think. 404. I think it looks sort of like that. And then a Batman Year 2 foil variant. Those are the only ones that we have for sale for Batman Day. And then the free comics.
And then we have to remember what local comic shop day stuff we have for local comic shop day next Saturday, of which we're really not doing anything for, because we will have had 4 Saturday events over 5 weeks. That'll be the 6th week. It would have been the 5th event.
Yeah.
And I don't have a way in. I still don't.
We've never figured out local comic shop day, what it should be. Like, you specifically have tried so many different things, and nothing ever seems like it clicks. And I think some of that is just the way local comic shop, I don't know what the identity of it is. Like,
this is its big rebranding year.
But even then, it's like, the hook of it has always been, compared to Free Comic Book Day, which has free right in the name, local comic shop day was like record store day.
Yeah, if Free Comic Book Day was Free Scoop Day at Baskin Robbins,
right,
this is record store day.
Yeah, where a whole bunch of different manufacturers create exclusive merchandise for the event to get people to go to their local shops, you know, maybe make a special trip there, get a bunch of stuff, get some exclusive stuff, get some old stuff. Maybe like record stores will frequently have like performances, things like that. We have tried a bunch of different things. We've tried sales, we've tried visiting artists, we've tried stocking up on a lot of the exclusive merchandise, and nothing ever seems like it breaks through.
I just don't think it reaches the general comic buying customer.
I mean, I think some of it is the The difficult thing for local comic shop day is that the intention behind it almost from the start has been exclusive merchandise. The problem is it's impossible to get the buy-in from publishers to create something exclusive for the event that is also widely desired. Because if it was widely desired, they would not make it exclusive to the event. Why? It's like shooting themselves in the foot. You
don't want to limit.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true.
For record
Publishers
store
do it all the time.
But that's the thing. Like for record store day, you look at the number of manufacturers that participate, labels and, imprints and stuff, and it's insane. It's basically everyone you've ever heard of who's ever pressed a record. With local comic shop day, it's like, I don't know, a handful of publishers. Marvel's thing was like, I don't know, Spider-Man 94 #1, but it's a black and white cover. Other publishers might do like, it's an exclusive dust jacket. Nothing ever feels like it's exciting enough. Nothing ever feels like
nothing is a gotta-have book.
Yeah, but there's also not the kind of like wealth of material that makes it seem like local comic shop day is a thing. It's very sparse, and that's not great. And like just like always, I don't know what I would do differently. I've never understood local comic shop day as either a comics fan or a retailer. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Like I would almost every year, I'm fine not doing it because it's just like, what are we doing with this?
Well, the online comic shopping channel of The Experience is doing a lot of local comic shop day programming, and they were offering some stores spots if you wanted to submit a video to be played, if you wanted to do a live drop-in or whatever. And they reached out to us, and part of me really wanted to film something to send in, but I just didn't have the time or any ideas.
No, because we have so much other stuff on our plate.
Yeah, and it's really, this is a victim of the amount of effort it takes to run a store nowadays that when a fun side project comes up, you really have to make space for it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always work out.
No.
So what I did do is I went through the archives back when I had a flip camera, and we used to do a lot of videos in the store.
Okay.
Also, one of the big problems is I lost my video editing software. I was using a copy of Sony Vegas Pro that they stopped supporting, and I didn't want to pay for a new one.
Sure.
So I lost the ability to edit things outside of just using iMovie on my phone.
Sure.
And that is not something I'm well versed at, but I was pretty good with Sony Vegas. And every time I'm like, you should just buy it for the year. It's $250 for the year. And I never have $250 laying around that I can justify it.
Right.
Like whenever I need to edit something, it's a point where cash is really strapped.
Right.
And whenever we have the cash, I don't think about, oh, hey, what about Sony Vegas?
For sure.
And again, I don't want that recurring charge. Before that was a program I owned, and now it's just gone.
Right.
But I dusted off the archives and sent in some videos, and they came back with, hey, do you want to do a live presentation? No, we're not doing anything.
No.
We're really not. And I never want to let the side down or not celebrate a comics thing that's being celebrated by the industry, but I don't have a hook on it.
Yeah. And if this was like the first year we were ever doing local comic shop day, I think we'd feel a lot differently, but we have done it so many times in the past. And anything you can think of, I feel like we've tried it and people didn't care. And it's like,
And the date moves around, and having it the week after Batman Day is not a great idea.
Not good. I really would not have done that.
In the past, it's been the Saturday of Black Friday.
Right.
Or the Wednesday of Thanksgiving. Same week, just earlier in the week. It doesn't have its own identity. And this is a bad one. And you know what? Going back to Batman Day, I do feel like I don't want to say I'm tired of it, but I almost resent that it is so much extra work for a day that is such a, like it was a one-off, and then DC's like, we're going to make it annually. And I'm like, man, it's so much work every year.
Yeah, it's like a second free comic day.
However, finding an old notebook, I've got a lot of notebooks that are half used in my office. And I was looking for some blank pages in one, and I came across notes from 2014, which was the first Batman Day. And it was how retailers really wanted it to be an annual thing.
It was a Wednesday, I think, the first one.
Yeah, it was. I was it was San
You
Diego.
were in San
week. I was
Diego.
San Diego.
It was a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah, but I mean, you and Jimmy did a huge day, and you had Brian Mead doing sketches and stuff.
The thing I remember most about that week was that I think we were trying out Comic Hub for the first time.
Was it that week?
Yeah. And the
Yikes.
big thing about Comic Hub was you had to scan in everything,
When you were importing an invoice.
like book by book.
Yeah.
So you couldn't unpack and do everything. You kind of had to unpack each box and scan stuff in. And it was a nightmare. I was shorthanded because you were in San Diego, and
yeah.
it took me what felt like 3 times as long, and I hated it so much.
Yeah. But I remember you being really surprised with how well the day did.
Oh,
And-
God, yeah.
And in my notes, it was like, we want this to be annually. And that was not retailers as a large. It was Challengers wants this to be a regular thing.
Yeah. I mean,
And now it's been 11 years. I'm like, okay.
yeah, Batman Days is such a weird thing to me
12?
because it feels like such a small idea that I don't feel like it should work. Because it's just, I don't know, we're
it's
celebrating
12.
Batman.
Yeah.
But people love it, man. They absolutely love it. They come out every year for it. You will see a bunch of people on Saturday in Batman t-shirts.
Yeah.
Whole families come out. Like, people see Batman Day and it just clicks for them, which is really funny when you look at something like a local comic shop day where people just kind of, their eyes glaze over and they don't know what it is.
That was
But Batman Day is like, oh, it's a day for Batman. I'm into that.
that was a bit I did not do on Spotlight Chicago. Was as they were saying their goodbyes, I had my shirt unbuttoned under my dress shirt unbuttoned under my tie.
Yeah.
Because I was wearing a bat symbol t-shirt.
Sure.
And I was just going to do the Superman pull open.
Yeah.
But when it came to that point, they were just focused on the two hosts.
So here's my kind of thesis statement on why local comic shop day doesn't work. You look at Free Comic Book Day, right?
Yes.
Free comics.
Yes.
People are getting something out of this.
Yeah.
You look at Batman Day and it's like, I care about Batman, so I want to do this thing. I'm invested in this. Local comic shop day doesn't work because it reverses things and it puts the stores more important than the things that the store is selling. It's like you're celebrating the store, and I don't know why anyone should. Like, if you love your store, that's great, but the store is a way for you to get comic books. It's a way for you to support a medium that you enjoy or creators that you like or all these other things.
We love the community. We love the sense of ownership people have. We love the fact that people think that Challengers is their store.
Yeah, and I know that we say stuff like, the best part about being in a comic shop is being in a comic shop, but it's like, that is not enough for an event. Like, the event cannot just be like supporting your local comic shop. If that's the case, start a GoFundMe. Like, the event is not...
Or a Patreon. Pardon me.
Like, the event can't just be comic shops. That doesn't work.
Sure.
That's like promoting like Free Scoop Day by saying like ice cream cones. Okay? Like, is an ice cream cone the main important thing? I feel like it's not. I feel like it's the delivery mechanism for the thing that you actually want.
It literally would be like local ice cream parlor day.
Yeah.
Also, I understand the emphasis on the word local, but local just muddies it. It's just comic shop day.
And again,
like any shop that you go to in your town is a local shop.
Even then, like,
I know that the phrase is local comic shop, LCS. That's the abbreviation. That's the industry terminology. And you're saying local comic shops so people aren't shopping at online retailers or, you know, the discount merchants. But it's
just the core idea is a real cart in front of the horse, man. Like, I don't know if that's
comic in front of the horse.
Yeah, like,
well, the horse can read it. Horse wins.
Which again just kind of falls back on the merchandise needs to be sufficient to get people to come in, and it kind of isn't, and that's nothing that you can correct because if publishers don't feel like it's worthwhile, then that's it. That's the event. As always, you kind of need their buy-in, and I don't know if all the years of local comic shop day have proven that there is sufficient buy-in at the publisher level to this event.
And I think part of that is the publishers don't understand what the day is either, so they're just trying to do an arbitrary, all right, find this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this comic is coming out around then, so we just did a variant cover for it. And it's
at
like,
least, like,
okay.
they're not, it's not a buy-in for them like Free Comic Book Day is.
Right, but even on...
Because we're paying regular prices for their product.
Yeah. The other thing is, variant covers I don't think matter anymore. For us, stuff like exclusive dust jackets or whatever has never mattered. No one's ever cared about that. But even variant covers for stuff, I mean, there's so many goddamn variant covers now. It is not special to do like, oh, it's a black and white Spider-Man 94 cover. Cool. That's like the 7th open order cover for that book. And yeah, like, I guess it's limited maybe, or it's got the branding on it.
Yeah, but they're all limited.
Yeah, but again, it's branding for an event that most people don't know what it is or care what it is. It doesn't matter.
This is where I rail against the word variant being used ever again, because every cover is a variant. Even the 8 cover.
No,
if
Patrick.
there's 2 covers, they're both variants.
One of them is a cover, the other's a variant. It's like you don't even read any of the PRH line items.
It's weird, Dal, because while I do get those invoices, somehow when they make it to my Excel spread, I almost said it again. Somehow when they make it, now it seems like I'm reading this, when they make it to my Excel spreadsheets, that word is gone.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I replace it with a blank space.
Oh, okay.
I literally go in and find, replace, and remove variant from every listing.
Neat.
Because it's a meaningless word as far as invoices go. And don't even get me started on the publishers that insist on using inker names in their covers.
Very long.
No one is going to be more supportive of inkers than I am. Not in the cover. Not in the cover. Not definitely on the cover. Not on the title. Not in the title.
Yeah, there's been a few image books where
I don't need to know that Danny Mickey inks half of the Ghost
Pepper.
No, the Jeff Johns line from
Ghost Machine.
Yeah, half the Ghost Machine covers. Wow, I could not think of the word machine.
Yeah,
it's bad. Did we talk about Alzheimer's at the start of this?
I don't remember. There's a bunch of Thank you. A bunch of image books. This one you're going to get comments on. There's a bunch of image books where like the title is a sentence, and then afterwards it's like a description of what the variant is, and then 2 of the artists that worked on it, and then like the word variant covered. It's like, this thing is like a short story now.
Yeah.
This is way too much information. Way too much.
So much of my time each week is spent editing down invoices and titles and lists so they look the same. I really hate it in other stores when they put up their new release list where they just cut and paste from the list. It's
God.
Some things are all caps, some things aren't all cap. So many. Please, Penguin Random House, stop using punctuation. Get the colons out of every title.
Yeah.
Please. Anyway, we're getting far off of topic, of course. I think we got our point across.
Okay. I wish every store that's participating in local comic shop day well. Hope we have a very successful day.
Same. And I wish we had a better thought on what to do for it.
I mean, you know what my thought is on it.
Yeah, you just told us all.
Not doing it.
Yeah, okay. That's I was mouthing that as you're saying it. Which, I mean, that's what we're doing, technically. I mean, we'll put books out and things.
Sure.
Yeah. I can't even tell you anybody who's ever come in a local comic shop day and said, "Isn't today local comic shop day?" or "Where are your local comic shop day books?" And then I say, "Everywhere," because we're a local comic shop. Ta-da!
That sounds funny.
Yes. One thing that I didn't do last week, and I understand how I forgot to do it, but I forgot to send the weekly Thursday email with all the new releases for the following week.
Luckily, it wasn't a big week.
Yeah, it's not like it was the biggest book of the year or anything. And I didn't notice it until, was it Monday night? Tuesday night?
I definitely didn't notice it.
It was Tuesday night when I was going to format this week's email. Because you always build it off of a sent email. And the last sent email for my emails was a week and a half ago. Like,
for new releases on September 10th.
Hold on. That doesn't seem right. So I checked my inbox because I save all those in a specific folder. No email. Like, what? What happened? It's still in the draft folder.
Great.
So what had happened was, because now I'm getting these emails done earlier in the week, I wait until Wednesday afternoon to schedule it in case any last minute information comes up.
Sure.
So even though 90% of the time, now that we don't get books from Diamond, there's no Diamond books to add in at the last minute, there's no changes needed. So I could just send it.
Sure.
And in fact, this week, what I did was, once I wrote the email on Tuesday night, I immediately scheduled it for Thursday.
Just in case.
Just so there's not even an issue. And last week, Wednesday was whatever Wednesday was. I never got back. I never in my head thought, oh, don't forget to pull up the email and send it out, because I knew it was done. I just had never scheduled it.
Sure.
So I quickly pushed it out Tuesday night, because it was still in time.
Nice.
And that's what led to several last minute people being, oh, I want this book for tomorrow. So they probably would have asked for it earlier.
Yeah, you would have gotten that email like Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. But yeah, I completely forgot the email. But here's the thing that's even more surprising. No one said a word.
Mm-hmm.
No one mentioned it.
Did not notice.
Usually when there's been a email glitch where the write-ups are new, but the lists of books never got overwritten.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, you sent out last week's list.
Right.
Like people catch that in email right away.
Mm-hmm.
But when there was no email to have the errors in,
Yeah.
they just never mentioned it.
All I'm hearing is that at the end of the year, if someone else is doing the email, they can just skip it entirely, and no one will notice.
I'll notice.
You won't.
I will.
You won't until you go to do it again. And you'll be like, wait, we didn't send out email for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah. And I'll just be sitting with nothing to do, waiting for, begging for an email to see, well, what did Dal do this time?
Oh, boy.
How good is Dal's email? How much better is Dal's email than mine?
Dal puts so much less effort into his email than I do into mine.
Well, it's, when it's a structured segregation of duties between two people and then it becomes all one person's responsibility, then
I think I just look for efficiencies in a way that you're like, I want to have fun with it. I want to do something different. I want it to be feel fresh or different. And I'm just like, I just want to get it done.
I appreciate you saying that when it to me never feels fresh or different.
I just want to get it
but
done.
I do wish it was. I wish it was that. So yeah, I forgot to send the email. What people will notice in the email that we send out next week, though, we call this a segue, Dal, is that the books coming out for October 1st,
mm-hmm.
as of right now, and it could change, there are 20 new #1 issues or one-shot issues that will be stocking. There are significantly more than 20 new #1s for the week, but a lot of those are books that we don't carry.
This was a week
when I say a lot of, I mean it's like maybe like 4 or 5 extra.
When I was making spaces in the New This Week section, we put #1 first issue signs on new #1s, and we put new printing signs on anything. It's like a reprint or facsimile edition. This was the week that we ran out of signs. For both of them.
Yep.
There were so many, because we'll try to put them on like something like Deadpool Batman that has, a dozen covers. We won't just put like a #1 new issue sign on just the A cover. We'll try and put them on a few different ones to show like, hey, all of these covers are new #1s. And we'll try to do that for reprints as well. But when, again, there's like 10 copies of Wonder Woman and 7 copies of Batman, like we don't have that many signs. So we would do like a few for the row of Batman ones. But even then we ran out. And so I'm not looking forward to an even higher quantity of different #1 issues.
Preemptively. Okay, so here's the thing. Preemptively, we should probably have more new #1 signs made.
We should honestly make more signs for both.
Sure, but looking ahead at the schedule, there is no time.
No.
Tomorrow, Friday, it's a double ship day. We're getting Penguin and Lunar on the same day.
Perfect.
So that takes up the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, Batman Day.
Yep.
I don't even know where I have the space to do my Friday, Saturday tasks because those days are full. Also, the Lunar orders are due within a week, so those need to get done. I usually do those.
If you need, you can skip those.
Yeah, I know you don't want to, but I don't want to.
But I'm just saying, like that should be the lowest priority.
All or nothing, because if I start doing it, and also I have to get the order done, because if you have an open initial order, when you add reorders to a cart, it goes to that cart, which is a process that is understandable but confusing.
Sure.
So I don't like having that open before you do like FOCs or reorders or whatever.
Sure.
FOCs is not the same thing. It doesn't affect it at all. But reorders would go to that cart and then won't go in until, and it's not like you have the option of starting a new cart. They just put it to the order you're building.
Okay.
So there's that deadline as well. And so many other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just finding the time to make the few changes to the Batman Day signs for the shelf was a thing I barely got done last week. And that's what I meant before about like, oh, when you have something fun you want to do that in your own time.
Sure.
We have had as this podcast is growing and we're trying to make some beautifications to the podcastatorium, I decided I wanted to redo the lobby upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a contractor coming by, and what was supposed to be a 3-day job turned into a 13-day job.
Yep.
Not every single day of work, but 13 days overall, but at least 10 days of work.
Mm-hmm.
And the work is great. I'm very happy with it, but I mean, it is done. But the contractor's also been staying incredibly late.
Mm-hmm.
And, someone needs to be on the premises at
Right.
the time. So yesterday, while I was here in the podcastatorium waiting for the worker to be done for the day, I broke down all the invoices.
Okay.
All the PRH invoices
Mhm.
for the first, which is how I have a lot of this information we just talked about.
Mhm.
But as it was like after midnight, I'm like, I don't want to start anything that needs time because I don't know when he's going to go.
Right.
And then I stumbled across and this is really non-comic related, a site that claimed to do limited run vinyl pressings.
Okay.
And I thought, I got a back catalog of something I could put on vinyl and never put on vinyl.
Mhm.
I'll do that. Well, then it was, got to set up an account. Fine. Then it was, you have to build this. Okay. There's no metadata for your tracks. Put all the metadata in. Okay. Upload the artwork. Oh, their artwork specifications were incredibly specific,
Mm-hmm.
and everything I had didn't fit. So I was building, that's all this time last night was spent building the front and back cover to the album,
Oh, wow.
of which I'm ordering one copy of.
Okay.
And when it was all said and done and everything was, so anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself because the contractor finally finished up and left a little after 2 a.m.
Oof.
And I'm like, I'm almost done with this album thing.
Mhm.
So let me just finish working on that.
Sure.
Because if that's a thing that I like, oh, let me stop this now and get back to it later. There's no later. There's no time for later because everything else that needs to be done.
Mhm.
And it's not as if I was going to open up the lunar orders for, what is it, November?
Yeah.
And start doing that at 2 a.m.
No.
So I wound up staying up till 4:30 to finish this.
Oh.
And then once this service publishes it to the universe to have anybody buy.
Okay.
But I don't want that.
Mhm.
So they're like, before we do this, do you want a test pressing? I'm like, sure. That's my whole point was
Right.
to buy a test copy for myself.
Mhm.
So when they send, like, all right, everything is done, blah, blah, blah. And I followed their dimensions to a T. And it was so difficult to get the album name and title on the spine because, the spine of an album is,
Very narrow.
millimeters.
Mhm.
So lining all that up perfectly, anyway, a lot of effort put into it. It's all done. It's all approved. Set it all up. Buy it. Pay for it. Whatever. Then when they send me the confirmation as the customer, like, hey, here's what you bought. All of the artwork is off center. Yet the spine is perfect.
Interesting.
The spine is perfect, but everything else is cut off.
Oh, wow.
Cut off on the right front and the left back.
Huh.
Like, it was not in that.
That's the test pressing.
No idea how they did it. But again, don't care.
Right.
It's not for mass release.
Right.
But the whole point is that was the thing last night. Like, oh, I can waste some time doing this. Then it became a session of look, there were too many hoops. One of the stupidest things was you had to design front and back cover.
Mhm.
Fine. The labels for the side A, side B.
Okay.
And then also art for the sleeve.
Okay.
I don't want sleeve art. I just want a white paper sleeve.
Sure.
You couldn't not design a sleeve.
Crazy.
So I designed a white blank sleeve.
Neat.
But I still don't waste my time doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, just put a paper sleeve. I don't
Yeah.
care. You know how many albums I buy from actual record companies that don't have any artwork on the sleeves?
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did that just to give myself something to focus on, because I also was worried that I wasn't properly functioning at 4:00 to be doing orders or
Probably.
whatever. But again, I do not take responsibility for the misprinting of that cover because I triple checked my
I'm
work
sure.
just as well. All of my art files for that project are so tiny
Yeah.
that I couldn't use any of them.
Mm.
So I had to get creative. So yes, that was all for the lobby of the Podcastatorium, which quite frankly, almost no one's ever in because we don't want anybody here while we're recording.
True.
You know, we'll do an occasional studio tour, but that's very rare because we're usually very busy
Yep.
at the store or working from our respective offices or wherever.
Yep.
My goodness, I tell you what, that is a thing and a half. All right, Dal, there's one last topic I have on my list, and I'm going to preface this by saying a lot of people are going to have opinions on this,
Mhm.
and they're going to want to tell us how they would have done it differently,
Mhm.
specifically retailers. And we're going to tell you going into this, we know this went too far, and we know this should have been stopped earlier. It wasn't. So this is just how it played out. All right. It never should have gotten to this point. We get it. And other retailers would not let it get this far, but we did.
Mhm.
So anyway, we had a club member who's been a subscriber for a couple of years now.
Few years.
Yeah. And this is a situation where I have always had an issue with this person.
Yeah.
But you're a much nicer person than I am.
Yeah, I mean, to my detriment.
And this became all right, you have to deal with them.
Yeah. I don't love having to...
Drop the hammer.
No, I was going to say having to babysit subscribers, more or less. We have pretty specific rules for how our subscription service works. We ask that subscribers come in at least once a month or pay for their books at least once a month if you're a mail order subscriber. If it's ever going to be more than a month, let us know what's going on. We can make arrangements to hold the books for longer.
Yeah.
But the idea is that on a consistent basis, these books are getting cleaned out.
And also, we're asking you to come in 12 times a year.
Yeah. So when people don't come in for a month and we have to contact them, then you have a couple weeks before we put your books back out. But in general, everything is getting cleaned out every 6 to 8 weeks. But we had a subscriber who got behind, and then we talked to them about like, okay, well, so you are not coming in often enough and you're not asking for an invoice often enough. And when you do ask for an invoice, it's for a smaller dollar amount than what you have on hold. So basically you are constantly growing what we have on hold for you without really making a dent in it. So if you had, if you got $400 worth of stuff on hold and we got $100 worth of stuff in for you this week and you're like, can I get $50 of that? This is bad because now you have afterwards $450 worth of stuff on hold for the next week.
Your pile is growing,
Yeah.
not shrinking.
You need to be buying more than you're getting in. So it was a discussion and it was how we're going to do this. And initially it was, we're going to bill you $100 a week until we get back to having nothing on hold.
Yeah.
And that we managed that once. And then it kind of happened again where things were getting out of hand. And
When you say managed it once, like what was the
I mean, we
time
got to
period?
zero.
Right, but I mean, like what
I
over...
do not remember.
Okay.
This has been going on for, in one form or another, several years.
Yeah.
So I could not tell you every single beat in this story.
This
I can
person-
only tell you what's been going on recently.
This person is, and I'm going to use prison terminology here, not in Gen Pop. We have to, general population, we don't keep their books with everybody else's alphabetical club books. They need a special box in a special place
Yeah.
away from everyone else because of how much stuff.
Yeah, they basically have what would normally be multiple subscribers worth of stuff. They had, when we just had to drop them, they had about $700 worth of stuff on hold.
Yeah. And we know that's way too much.
Right. And anyone out there, any retailer who's like mad about this or, wants to write us a letter on how they would have done things differently,
we know.
Stop saying we. I did this. This was not a challenger's decision. This was me personally sticking my neck out for this guy and trying to work with him on a regular basis. And I shouldn't have. And I was too lax. I let this get out of hand as much as this person let it get out of hand by letting all this stuff pile up. So
this person was always polite and contrite.
Do not make this a challenger's thing. This was a decision I made.
Well,
and let get out of hand. I'm sorry?
You're challengers.
I know, but I don't need you to like shoulder the blame for this. You didn't do anything. You would have dropped this guy more than a year ago. You would absolutely have not let it to get to this place. And you told me that multiple times, not in a I told you so kind of way, but in a way where you're like, I can't believe you're giving this guy so much rope, or that you're doing so much extra work for this guy when it's not making us any more money. I would not have done this. And it's like, I get it. But this was a guy that I would see a couple times a year, because the other thing that's super weird about it is that when he was buying his stuff, he wouldn't come pick it up. We have a whole box full of paid for stuff, probably as much stuff as he has had on hold. We have paid for in a separate box under the front tables, waiting for him to come pick it up, because he only comes in maybe every 7 to 8 months. And so when this guy would come in, he would be excited about his books, despite the fact that he was only reading them once or twice a year. He was genuinely excited about comics. I'm like, I want to figure out a way to help this guy out. Like, we have a number of subscribers that are, since I'm the one who does the delinquent phone calls and emails, there are people who I know for a fact only come in when they get the phone call or the email. If we don't phone call or email them, they would seriously go 5 years without picking up their books, if ever. We cannot, despite pleading with them on a regular basis and doing all of the communication we possibly could, get them to come in without badgering them about it. And it sucks, and I hate it.
I kind of want to be like, let's just not call them next time and just put their stuff out, because they know the rules.
It sucks, and I hate it. And I have dreamt of different ways that we could just basically say, like, I don't want to have to constantly badger you about this. You're an adult. You've been shopping with us for 10 years. You know what the deal is. We're open 7 days a week. We've told you a number of times over the past 5 years that if you need an invoice, we are happy to send you one. The books just need to be paid for. I don't love sometimes multiple months of paid for orders sitting in someone's box, but at least we are not out the money for it.
Right.
So the number of people that have to get phone called or emailed and be on like the final straw before they're like, oh, send me an invoice. I haven't been able to make it in. Like, I know you haven't been able to make it in. You don't need to tell me that. I can look at the books. But anyway, getting back to the person that we had to drop, I wanted to work with them. So this past year, it was like, okay, it is $100 a week. We have to do $100 a week. Then it was, we would send them an invoice. A week would go by. They wouldn't pay it. I'd resend it. Then before the next week was up, they would pay their invoice. So looking back on the last few months, it had been, okay, we agreed upon $100 a week and we send you out an invoice for $100, but you're only paying 2 invoices a month. So now we are back to where we started, where this box is getting bigger all the time. You're getting more stuff in. And I know you tell me that you're cutting stuff down, but I'm looking at this box and it's getting bigger. And the dollar amount of what you have on hold is unacceptable. So what we need to do is now be more aggressive about this. I understand that it's hard to be paying $400 a month. I would argue that maybe you don't order $400 worth of stuff in a month. That's a way to solve this problem. But I get that I can't necessarily say, okay, now it's $150 a week when you're not even doing 100.
Sure.
So we're going to keep it 100. It's going to be every week. If a week goes by and you haven't paid your invoice, we are not accepting any pre-orders until you pay for your invoice. Like, I can't keep letting you pre-order stuff that's coming out in a month while this continues to grow. So that's like the first penalty. And then I'm giving you basically a 3-strike thing of, I'm only going to let you miss a week of paying this 3 times. We are not going to be back in the cycle of you have an active account for a week and pre-order stuff. The next week you don't have an active account and don't pre-order stuff. And the week after that you have an active account again. Like, we're not going to keep doing $200 a month. This is not doing it.
Yep.
Long story short, immediately this was going off the track. Immediately the strikes were getting used up. I was getting responses of, I never get these emails. I didn't understand this was going on, et cetera, et cetera.
And the number of times you got I never got these emails, or this is the first time hearing of it. As soon as it starts happening, and look, I don't usually find important emails in my spam folder, right? Emails make it to me.
Right.
But if you're not getting them, and if they're going to your spam folder, you know you need them, do what you need to do in your email provider to mark us as not spam.
Yeah. So it very quickly...
Or check your spam folder regularly.
It very quickly reached a point where they were on the final strike. I let them have like an additional 2 weeks of an invoice waiting for it to get paid for. It didn't. So I had to send an email on Wednesday saying, hey, we're closing your account.
We're done.
We tried everything we could. You still have books here waiting to get paid for. And the email response I got later that night was, oh, I thought my account was already closed. It's like, we have done so much communication to keep you appraised of what's going on and to keep things, transparent, and to think that like, oh, I guess this is just closed.
Here's exactly the last thing I said to you that told you at what point your account would be closed if it gets to
17 days ago, letting you know that we were in the final stages of this and you needed to make things right. And
before
then,
your account got closed.
Then it was, somehow you read that as, oh, the account's closed. So $700+ worth of stuff goes back on the shelves,
And
probably never to be sold.
There was never any type of, I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I came to this. Thank you for the service. Just, I thought my account was already closed.
Nope.
Why would you think that? Here's what we said. Oh, you're right. There was miscommunication.
That was it.
That's it.
Yeah. So I don't want to say that I regret doing that. Obviously, yeah.
No, because you're a good person and you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. And you honestly were trying to stoke this person's love of comics.
Yeah.
I was the person who first told them all about the subscription service at Managed Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And I said from day one, I'm like, this person is going to be a problem.
Frequently you can tell. Like, a lot of this is
and I hate that. I hate when we can tell. And I hate when it turns out that they are a problem. I don't want that. You don't want that.
No.
No one wants that. We want everybody to buy the comics they ask for and love the comics they ask for and want to love more comics.
But it does mean that in general, like, I can't let myself put the store in this kind of position again. Like, I'm not going to say that I have to be more like aggressive and, possibly discourteous to people because of this. I still want to help people out. I want to be there for people. I want to work with anyone who's having a problem financially with what their subscriptions look like, whether that means suspending them, whether that means putting stuff back out, whether that means...
We have the most respect for people who come to us and say, I'm having financial difficulties. I need to suspend my account, stop my account, whatever, because they're being adult and upfront about it.
Right.
And of course, we're going to do everything we can to make their life easier because, as you just said, it's just comic books.
Just comic books. Like, there's no reason for this sort of stuff. It's just comic books. Just say, I can't afford comic books right now. You will again in the future. It's fine. Hopefully we'll still be here. But yeah, it means that I look at a lot of other subscribers where I see them kind of tilting into that position, and it's like, okay, we have to cut this off before it gets to the point where I'm having to send you weekly invoices over multiple months to help you catch up. Like, this is not good. Yeah, but that's what happened.
Part of running a store.
Yeah, I guess it's happened to us multiple times over
it happens
over the
to
years.
Every store.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been
store.
open for 17 years, and this is like maybe the third or fourth person I can think of where it's like, yeah, they really burned us for a bunch of stuff. But like, again, there's things I would have done differently in the sense of I would have maybe been more aggressive at the start of like, hey, we had the discussion about this and you're kind of taking advantage of us and we have to figure this out. But in general, like, I don't regret trying to work with somebody on it.
Sure. What I regret is just the incredible disrespect shown to the store as a whole.
It doesn't feel great.
By the way this ended.
It didn't feel great.
Even like there could have been some contrition at the end of it that would have made me feel better about it.
Yeah. It is what it is.
And it's not as if those $700 worth of books were all sold out collector's items, sought after on a secondary market where we're going to be able to move them all immediately.
A lot of it's probably not going to go. And that's, unfortunately cost of doing business.
It's all back on the shelves now, though.
It is. I hope. That was the job today. Just put it back on the shelves.
I alphabetized it. I did all that.
You did.
So yeah, there you go. That's the life of a comic book store for another week.
A local comic shop, if you will.
Indeed. I was going to call this episode The Horse Wins.
Okay.
Just for one quick little line I'd said back about local comic shop day, but came up with a different title toward the end there.
Cool.
So everyone will see it.
Everyone already knows what it is when they listen to this episode.
That's true. And also they know that Batman Day was awesome. Thanks for listening.
Keep reading comics.
It's really hard to have long pauses as a denotion of where to drop something in, when there's also long pauses of stifled yawns.
This has been Contest of Challengers. Thanks for listening. Keep reading comics. Challengers is located at 1845 Northwestern Avenue in the Bucktown neighborhood of Chicago. 773-278-0155. Keep up to date with new releases and events at challengerscomics.com. And help fund this podcast at patreon.com/challengers.